Welcome back to My Hero Academia Anime Review, episode number 155. This one, pretty much in a way, is about halfway through the Dark Hero arc for My Hero Academia. We are covering episode number 134, The Lovely Nugent. Now, I should point out, though, you're probably curious, though, where's the Black Clover review, you might ask. Well, for some reason, only one of my 3 manga I've been reviewing lately actually released a new chapter. And that was One Piece. And you're thinking, really? What about My Hero? Apparently, My Hero released one this week. Apparently, the next chapter has come out for 2 weeks from now. So we're not going to get another chapter until the end of the month. Apparently, the writer of My Hero Academia decided to abruptly take a 3-week vacation for some reason. Black Clover? I'm not sure what's going on Black Clover. Yeah, 3 weeks. Here's the strange thing about My Hero Academia last week for its chapters. On the Weekly Shonen Jump app, it did not say next chapter in 21 days. It just said nothing. And then I expect new chapter release this week. They're nope. Wait 2 weeks from now. And I'll talk about One Piece later, but yeah, I'm what the heck is going on? Is the writer basically going to vacation or just really need to find a way to wrap up the series up pretty soon? Who the heck knows? Though I should point out, this episode is noteworthy for me one thing and one thing only, is the final appearance of Overhaul in the entire series. Both in terms, basically, the manga, this was a couple years ago, and also this is the final appearance in the anime, because there's not going to be any more appearances of this guy. He has not appeared in the manga since the chapter that he last appeared, which was chapter 316, the most recent chapter release, 382. He has not appeared since then. He has not appeared in the manga in 2 years. So, this is pretty much his last appearance in the franchise. So pretty much when you start out with Deku, well, first we actually have All Might avoiding 2 guys. We actually add in here where they immediately recognize him as All Might, but the other guy's no, All Might died years ago. And All Might yells at him. Of course, he proceeds to go past them. And then we continue to the fight between Deku and Lady Nagant, where Lady Nagant reveals that she actually killed the previous chairman of the Safety Commission. And apparently the Safety Commission is, oh boy, the way she describes them is that they're a bunch of not very nice people. They prefer basically anybody who dares disagree with their opinion, Lady Nugent is sent out to assassinate them. Yeah, talk about Illuminati stuff here. Yep, so apparently the writer drew apparently was inspired by the Illuminati. Anybody who dares to be a threat to them is immediately murdered by a woman who can grow a rifle out of her arm. Yes, seriously. And here's the thing. Because she dared try to basically retire from this whole thing. Oh, because she killed the chairman. Oh, let's cover it up and say she killed a frickin' hero, even though that's not really true at all. Yeah, lie to the paper, Safety Commission. And you're probably thinking, from an American perspective, that sounds very familiar. That sounds like Democrats basically using the press to lie to the public. Yes, from an American perspective, that's what people will think of when people think of that, is how the press is manipulated by Democrats. It has been known by people who I'm around, basically it's known for years that they've done it. How long? Don't know. It just basically is really stupid. Anyways, I'm not going to go into more politics here. So Deku proceeds to try to he uses the third user's quirk. He uses smokescreen. We use Black up a lot in this episode, which is something. I'm curious though, who actually has the super strength power that he uses a lot in this series? Because the float comes from All Might's predecessor, his master. Black Whip, I believe, comes from the 6th user. They also use smokescreen. And the power over the legs, that actually comes from the 3rd user. And of course, your body can't handle too many quirks, but he decided to build up over the course of this episode And he manages to defeat Lady Nagant by breaking her arm rifle. Not killing her, just breaking the rifle. And then, of course, then, of course, he catches her because she loses her footing and thinks they're a floating cork. And then her face starts cracking. You're probably thinking, is he a clone or something? No. All for one put a bomb on her. All because he went against his wishes. But instead of dying, she was caught by Hawks. Yep, which Hawk introduced himself as basically her replacement. And of course, well, we do see a flashback in it. It's actually slightly older from the manga. In the manga, this clothing store, which is abandoned, was basically not much was here. In the anime, it is depicted as, get this, like, it looks like it's fully stocked compared to the manga where it was not much stocked at all, where some of the stuff was already cleaned out already. Not all of it per se, some of it was. Here it looks like it was a fully stocked store, just happened to be abandoned. And this is presumably where Lady Nagant got her outfit that she wears. Well, as you can see, it's the outfit she wears in the cover and, of course, the anime. And, well, Chiagai decided to, well, make a deal with her. Basically, he agreed to work with her in exchange for seeing his boss, so he can apologize to him for what he did to him. And she's like, okay, that's perfectly fine. And, of course, where apparently Deku probably overheard. Well, basically, they also added in here something quite interesting. So he sees him on the rooftop, which is something they did have in manga, and he's able to save him by deflecting a bullet. Then she's able to stop her, and of course, caught by Hawks. And of course, he starts kind of falling-ish. And of course, Endeavor asks if there's anybody else nearby. Now, they actually added this in here because in the manga they didn't. It's like, apparently, Deku parts him off panel, which thank God they added in the anime because it would not make any sense not to include that, where he basically mentions to All Might that Overhaul is on the roof. Is on the roof over there. That's the only villain he saw besides her. And he, of course, gets him. We do see apparently not only his hands were destroyed, because that's been confirmed in the series, but apparently part of his arms were destroyed too. Yeah, apparently, like, not only his hands are gone, but also his forearms are gone too. So all is left basically just his biceps. I'm like, really? That's it? You basically lost most of your arm. You lost, like, people already knew he lost his hands, but the fact that he lost the middle portion, the forearms, that I thought was interesting. Of course, they didn't show what it looked like, but it is shown the fact he has lost those arms. So, I'm curious. If he has no arms, how in the world is this man eating? Is someone feeding him? He's probably also drinking something, or he could be drinking something through a straw. He can probably eat perfectly fine, just can't use his hands very well because, well, so that Roku destroyed his hands. So Deku asked him, basically, because Deku also during the fight, he took off his mask, he took a little guard he wore, which is inspired by All Might, and the scarf to basically fool Lady Nagant. So when she sees him, he doesn't want to talk to him. He says, "I'll know your deal." He asks him, obviously, do you remember you to Eri? And he says, yes. If you apologize to her, I'll honor her agreement to you to see your boss. And then All Might shows up wondering if Deku's okay. And that's the episode. And that exchange between Deku and Overhaul, that is the last time you see Overhaul in the entire series because he has not appeared since then at all. I mean, like, if you're curious though, how long ago was basically Chapter 316 came out? Because that was the last anybody saw him, was 316. Mm-hmm. That was released back in, when a page comes up here, I'm thinking 2021, but the page is taking a while to load up. It's I'd say presumably like a little over 2 years ago. Still have a tough time moving the damn page. Because the fact I got sick. Okay, now it looks like it. Is it moving now? Yes, it's moving. Thank you. Okay, finally. This was released in June 14, 2021. That's when the chapter was released. Oh yeah, and also Lady Nagant reveals All for One's whereabouts. Yep. She does do it in the episode. But yeah, almost 2 years later, still have not seen Overhaul. And I kind of consider this to be his finale for the series because, yeah, it's like, yeah, the main villain of a story arc based up at the time was considered to be the longest story arc in the whole series. Into the Paramount War arc, which that basically went on for 2 years. Actually, almost 3 years that one did. And this one is not very long. We're only at chapter 116. 116 this one. We have about 11 half chapters left to be adapted for this arc. And based on what I've seen so far, we could see this arc pretty much fully adapted before the season is over. I do think so. Though I should point out that the arc that came after this one is really short. If you're curious how short this arc is, the next arc is only just 6 chapters. Do I think that probably would adapt this for the season? I don't know, per se. Bless you! Yeah. So, I don't think they're going to get to this season, per se. I'd say they probably won't get to the Star and Stripe arc, which is next to this one. Bless you! They probably won't get to it to maybe... I'm guessing, presumably, the next season of the series. Because the season's not going to be the last one. Oh, no. I think we're going to get one more season of the show. Because it'd be nice to see the series end after 7 seasons. 6, that's good, but still got more manga to adapt. So, we do have another season to go. So, there's that. But yeah, not much to say about this episode. It's really good. Can't wait for the next episode to air next week. Yep. So yeah, that's it particular view. Next episode, Comic Corner, and then I'll do One Piece, and I'll take a break for a bit. Okay, next video. Bye.